So this is a rendering of a restroom in a building I'm designing, and I'm just going to show you all my rendering settings that I do in Revit to produce this clear, beautiful rendering. A lot of people sleep on Revit's rendering service, but it's probably just their settings, the reason why they don't like Revit rendering. In order to render it, I press this teapot here. I actually like the teapot much better than going to the View tab and rendering in Revit's cloud system. So press the teapot. If you want to do a draft just to get a quick look at what it looks like, do that because the higher setting is going to take longer. I have watched the time. It takes about 1 hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes, but at most 1 hour to do one rendering at its best quality. I like to choose best quality. I like for the resolution to be printer because I've done my research on it and printer version is actually a lot clearer. And then for the scheme, this is in the lighting section. It's asking you what lights do you want to show basically. And I always do interior, sun, and artificial. Obviously, if you're doing a exterior view of your Revit file, choose one of the exterior settings. This is an interior restroom, so I'm going to choose one of the interior settings, and I always choose sun and artificial. Is there a window in this restroom? No, there is not, but I choose sun and artificial anyway. Now, next to sun setting. This is very important, especially if you're rendering a view with windows. So click the three dots, and I do single day, and on these three dots, you're going to enter the location of your project. That way, if you do have a window in your 3D view, therefore sun is going to come through, the sun settings in your rendering will be perfect, spot on, specific to that location. Once you pick the location, pick the date, and you can also set the time. So if you want here's my Miami setting right here, and it's going to ask you to name it after you pick that location. So I'm going to pick my Miami one because this was located in Wynwood, Miami. And I just chose a random time where I knew the sun was going to shine. I chose 3:25 p.m. If you want a nighttime view, pick like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. depending on where you are. The time is going to determine your sun settings as well as the location. So once I pick my custom location settings, I click apply and OK. And then for the clouds, if you want a lot of sun, pick no clouds. And that's where I always pick with or without a window in the 3D view. If you want a certain image in the background, you pick the image. If you want transparent, pick transparent. Then I render by pressing the render button. And here is the final render of that angle of the restroom, that same restroom. And look how beautiful and clear and crisp it is, people. Let me know if you want to see more examples of my renderings. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, and God bless.